up, y'all? It's your man D-Real, the Black Panther stalking the urban jungle by Brainy Medidas, bringing you another edition of Be Real with D-Real. Hey, have y'all noticed that there are a lot of superhero movies now? Yes, of course you have. How many of those superhero movies feature a black protagonist? Black Panther don't count. Okay, so you see what I'm getting at here? Not a lot of representation, but as of last week, that seems to have changed because the buzz of J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman reimagining. There's been buzz about Superman being black. That would be cool. But you know what? I know a few superheroes who are black and they need a movie now. I understand y'all making Hawkman black for the Black Adam movie, and then you got The Rock playing Black Adam, and there are more. Trust me, there are more. Matter of fact, I busted out my comics and my black superhero t-shirt to rock with y'all. Okay, I got 6 superheroes who I know need to be in a movie real soon. And hear me out on this first one. Number 6. Steel. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. Shaq messed this up for everybody. Yes, well, not Shaq, but Shaq, you are wrong for taking that role, bro. I understand you love Superman, but you're wrong for taking that role. Now that we've had movies like Blade and the Black Panther, we've seen that a black superhero is a very viable character. I think it's time for us to give old John Henry Irons the updated cinematic treatment so that he could get the respect he deserves. For people who didn't see the movie or have never read the comic books, basically, John Henry Irons is a brother who admires Superman, and he had a little tech smart. So he basically built a suit of armor that mimics a lot of the abilities that Superman has, but not to the degree that Superman has it. So he's kind of a poor man Superman. Why do we need a movie about a poor man Superman? To redeem the franchise, because right now Shaq is synonymous with the name Steel, and Steel is synonymous with hot garbage. Number 5, the Blue Marvel. Now I know what y'all thinking right now. Who's the Blue Marvel? I never heard of the Blue Marvel. And if he's black, why does he call himself the Blue Marvel? Why does everybody black have to call themselves black in order for you to acknowledge that that's a black superhero? Shh. Basically, the Blue Marvel is what would happen if Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four and Superman combined into one character. So basically, you've got this cat named Adam Brashear. He's a super sharp, super intelligent scientist who, like most superheroes, goes awry with a little accident. This accident basically makes him into a walking quantum energy reactor. This allows him to perform all kinds of feats like quantum energy manipulation. He can use quantum energy to give himself superhuman strength, invulnerability, on and on and on. Essentially, anything that Superman can do, for the most part, Blue Marvel could do it. But that's not what would make a good movie. Early in the Blue Marvel's career, as you can see on this comic book, he wore a full mask, so nobody could see his face. And the quantum energy that gives him his powers also has made him extremely long-lived. So the Blue Marvel debuted in the 1950s. So he was in a battle with a villain and his mask got torn off. Blue Marvel was everybody's hero until they found out that he was a non-Caucasian person. That would make for an interesting movie. Let's kill two birds with one stone. Number 4 is going to bring us to a popular character, popular favorite of everybody's. Now, I don't think anybody is going to give me any flack about Jon Stewart being in a cinematic feature. I know what a lot of people are saying. We need to redo Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is the greatest Green Lantern of them all. Well, up until the debut of the Justice League cartoon, he was. Jon Stewart was put in the forefront for that Justice League cartoon and then later Justice League Unlimited, and he was the primary Green Lantern on the squad. As a Green Lantern, sort of sensibility to that role. So he's fun to watch. He's fun to observe because he does not behave like your typical Green Lantern. Don't get me wrong. He follows the core to the core. See what I did there? But it's just something about Jon that makes you want to put on your Public Enemy albums and fight the power. That's where I'm gonna leave that at. But Jon Stewart, definitely, probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Green Lantern to date. I mean, now we've got Hispanic Green Lanterns. Now we've got Indian Green Lanterns, got a-hole Green Lanterns. You know what I mean? All over the place. Jon Stewart being a Green Lantern is just something we need to see on screen, live action. I guarantee you, seeing Jon Stewart as Green Lantern will have a similar effect on an audience as seeing T'Challa in live action on the screen. That kind of a thing. So it's 6-4. We on number 3. Number 3. I'm gonna throw another curveball at y'all. I want you to be ready. Yes, I know. Yes, it's Luke Cage. Luke Cage is a level of hero that deserves a full-length movie, not just a series. And I'm gonna tell you why. Did you enjoy the first season of Luke Cage? I mean, thoroughly. If it would have had better special effects and we would have been allowed to tell that story the way it should have been told, not saying that the way it was told was bad. However, if we go ahead and put that hero for hire edge in there a lot sooner, because Luke Cage is an ex-convict with steel hard skin and superhuman strength, and upon getting his powers, he decided, it's like the title says, hero for hire. I got to get paid. Luke Cage once went to Latveria and ran up on Dr. Doom, over $5. And in order to get to Dr. Doom, he bum rushed the Baxter building and was gonna jack one of the Fantastic Four's little sky sleds, pogo plane, whatever it was. But that's Luke Cage right there in a nutshell. Oh, you gonna give me my money. And that was just on a humbug. And we could or we could not, maybe later in a sequel or something like that, observe that Power Man and Iron Fist dynamic, because Iron Fist definitely needs a redo over. But we're not talking about superhero shows and movies that were hot garbage. We're talking about black superheroes who need a movie hot fast in a hurry. Okay. Luke Cage, everybody knows him, everybody loves him. Why would he not make a great character in a full-length movie? Now, we got 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. We got number 2. All right. Here go number 2. I know it. Cyborg. Yes, Cyborg. Cyborg was in talks to get a movie. But the actor Ray Fisher, who's going to play Cyborg, apparently he said a little more than he needed to say about Joss Whedon and the way that man behaves on the set and how he treats his actors. No Cyborg movie in the foreseeable future. But Cyborg is so heavily entrenched in our pop culture that it just seems like a crime to not give old Vic Stone his own movie. And I heard a girl the other day say, "Booyah!" And I asked her, "Do you know where that comes from?" She's like, "Yeah, I watch that show with my kids." So there you go, Vic Stone bringing children and moms together. Vic need a movie. DCEU, I know y'all ain't doing so hot right now, but y'all seem like y'all got some things going on with the Zack Snyder Justice League coming out and a couple more projects y'all got on the fire. Y'all might be poised to make a comeback. Now, before we get to number one, there's some black characters who have already debuted either in the MCU or in the DCEU, and we will be seeing either a full-fledged original black superhero or a blackened version, as is the case with Hawkman. Aldous Hodge, someone who I said in a previous podcast would make a better black Superman than he would a Hawkman, but I'm not one of those people that give my opinion and say that it's gospel. Okay, I'm basing a lot of what I'm saying on my experience, which is a lot. What, 40 plus years of comic book collecting? So yeah, I would say I'm fairly qualified to give an opinion like that. But yeah. Before I get to my number one, and my number one is another curveball, but y'all will be ready for it because you see how I'm getting down right here. If you enjoy Be Real with D Real and the subject that I talk about, and you love edutainment, you love Sesame Street for an adult, comment, like, and subscribe to the page. As I've said before, I put out videos at a rate of about 2 to 3 a week. So every week you come to my page, you will see some new material. So please, 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 please comment, like, and subscribe. Now, number one, without any further ado, but a heck of a lot of explaining, Captain America. But if you look real close, that's not a white Captain America, is it? You ever wonder how the guys who put Project Rebirth together way back when in the late 1930s, early 40s, how did they know that serum was going to work? I'll tell you how they knew. They did what people always do. They experiment on black people. And that's precisely what the government did in this 7-issue miniseries that's called Truth, Red, White, and Black. Came out like 2002, and we put that curve on Captain America's story. So ended up on, they were injected with this experimental formula, and some of them became deformed, some of them became insane, and all of them except one died. Isaiah Bradley, the only man from the super soldier rebirth experiments to live. And I think he only had one mission as Captain America. And then after that, he just kind of faded into iniquity. And his son came out. You know, it was a Captain America in the 60s. His son Josiah, who was known as Josiah X. Tell me that's not an interesting story. And then eventually, in the days when Isaiah is far along in his years, he is actually approached by the real Captain America. Well, I won't say real, but by the Caucasian Captain America, and they have a meeting of the minds of sorts. And that's it. That is my top 6 superheroes who need a movie now, not later. These characters all have deep stories. There's room for sequels, and the fact that they are Black is not lost. It is actually a part of who they are. And that's what makes them, that's what would make movies about them super entertaining, super fun to watch. They wouldn't just be good superhero movies. They would be good movies, period. And who don't love a good movie? This has been Be Real with D Real. I will be back real soon with another podcast to make you think, because it is edutainment and we do love to think around here. So until that moment comes, be good and be good to each other.